Yes, Etsy family, I hope you guys are well. Guys, I'm back again with another store review. Now, remember, I'm going to do a lot of these store reviews where I can give, hopefully, everybody also some tips and ideas, strategies on how to improve maybe their stores. Now, it's always a good idea to look at a store from someone else's eyes, as in like for someone else to have a look at your store. Because when we get engrossed and we get into our own store, we sometimes lose a bit of sight to see what things we need to do. And it's always good to get another pair of eyes. So I'll be doing regular store reviews. Do check out my community. Don't forget, do come over and check out my school community. The link is below where you can join other Etsy sellers that are kind of asking questions, getting answers, and also get a chance to get a store review by me. So do check out the link below. But without further ado, I'm going to go through the store review. Now, remember, these are a few ideas, strategies. It's not a full in-depth store review, just ideas that I can see from just kind of looking at the store for the first time. It's always a good thing to do. Now, looking at this store very quickly, I can see this is the banner with some images. You got the 4 images at the top. You got mugs. You got hoodie, t-shirt, and just some quotes on there. You know, these are my initial thoughts. Remember, as I'm talking to you, I'm looking and talking to you at the same time. You got a star seller, fantastic. You got the name, which is there, with the little icon there, and then some information here, free shipping. And then coming down, you got 300 listings, lots of different types of things sold, right? From bracelets, earrings, necklaces, lots of different things actually. And if I go down, you got like caps, you got t-shirts, you got mugs, you got some phone casings, right? Lots of different things. Now, listen, my initial thoughts, remember. So from my initial thoughts, I would really like to work on that banner in some way. It looks a bit too blocky, as in like, you know, like there are 4 pictures and it's not cohesive enough. I would probably like to make it like a bit more cohesive, a bit more like it's part of one thing. Like maybe even have the name of the brand somewhere inside the banner, you know, nice and clear. I might even include something like get a discount on the banner somewhere. But definitely, if possible, rather than having 4 separate images, I'd definitely like to have one design, and then somehow with a lot of editing, nice design work, is have items on there. Now, the first thing that I do notice as well, there are different things being sold. I mean that's okay. It can be okay. But you got the name, which is, you know, to do with jewelry, or it says delightful jewelry. And but what I see at the banner is I don't see. I would expect to see jewelry, so I would like to see more correlation between the name and what the store is selling. Now, yes, the store, I believe, is selling some bracelets, right? And some earrings. Okay, so there is jewelry per se. However, that's not obviously apparent. When I look on first view, I don't see jewelry. I mean, I do see the, you know, the side here, the sections there, but I don't really see it. So it's kind of, if a customer's coming to have a look at the store, you know, they might be a bit like, you know, they expect to see all jewelry. And this is what I'm saying. This is the thing. You can sell different items in your store. That's fine. However, I always advise, as much as possible, try to go into one niche and stick to it and own it, design it, create it, know it, right? Just own it. And then you can branch off possibly later. However, I always believe that within a niche, you can always sub niche further, and you'd have a fantastic, very profitable store. You don't need to kind of go over to other things. And the problem with going and selling other items is that you need to learn about how to do it. You need to learn about the actual product itself, the other product, and there are nuances and there are things that you need to learn about with other products, which you know takes time. So if you know something or you learn about one thing and know it inside out, you're more likely to perfect the quality of the item and to know what makes it work over time, because everything takes time. So looking at the name, I personally think that the name with what I can see doesn't match fully. I would probably change the icon as well here, I would probably try to make it a little bit more a bit clearer. You know, you got the purple background and I can't really see the writing, you know. I personally would probably change the name for the things, unless the seller's just wanting to focus on jewelry, then that's fine. However, from what I can see, I'll probably make it a more of a generic name, as in like not focused on one thing. Because if you're saying jewelry, then you'd expect to see jewelry, just jewelry, right? But I would probably like open up the name to make it not so focused on one item, because this store doesn't sell just one item. So I'll probably change the name. Now, changing the name can be done, because I believe you get 5 chances to change your name once the store is fully opened and published and out there. However, before you actually open your store, you can change the name as many times as you like, just for those people that just want to know that information. But yes, I would definitely look at the design of the banner, make sure that I match the name. So if you open it up to something designs or something where it's not so focused on one particular item, then it allows for you to sell various items. But like I keep saying with everybody, I believe that sticking to a niche, whether it be jewelry, whether it be mugs designs, whether it be sweatshirts, is always a great idea to do. To be known for one thing, to design one thing, and to create. Because within that niche, whether it be t-shirts, mugs, whatever, there are many sub niches that you can get into. And once you know about what works and what's unsaturated, you can really start delving in and focusing on those sales. But like I said, look, there are people that do make a living out of doing general stores. I just really always advise try to niche down. Now, information here, I'll definitely add a lot more information here where you got free shipping on all, and it just adds a little bit more professionalism when you're writing a little bit more, talking about what you care about, what you're selling exactly. I mean, also this says free shipping on all jewelry and t-shirts, 2 different items, but there's no mention about the other items that are sold. I'm not saying you have to, but it just needs more clarity. And also talking about discounts possibly. I think discounts can go a long way. I think they're very useful. The other thing I will say is I would definitely have a sale on, if not most items, all items, right? I would always like to do a sale, because the sale really pushes the algorithm in a certain way. In terms of Etsy, Etsy loves sales because they like to give good deals, because they believe that it converts better for customers. So adding sales is a very, very important strategy on Etsy. Okay. And also, obviously, I haven't looked at the pricing in comparison, but what I'd probably do is, if I spent a longer time doing the shop review, is I'll start looking at pricing. So I'll probably look at, let's say, either these clocks or blankets or caps or whatever, and really compare the pricing. But for you to be competitive, you really need to stand out by doing some kind of sales, and obviously make sure that you get your pricing right. Check out my videos on pricing, guys. But yeah, looking at this, you can see there's 300 items. You got bracelets, you got earrings, and there's a few of each. Few of each. The t-shirts is probably the most 100. I'll probably, if you're gonna go with the t-shirts and that has the most items, then just go with t-shirts and really know it, own it. There's just too many things going on here, and not enough focus. And I can see just not enough focus on each. Almost like you may be going from one product to another, and that can be tricky as well. And also for the algorithm to kind of favor you, they want to know what you're about, And even here, you've got jewelry, apparel, and gifts for people in recovery. It can be cool to have that people in recovery, but focus on one item, I believe would be good. 269 sales, analyze the shop. Now, I'm going to go to EverBee very quickly just to do a very quick, analysis, just to see what's going on. Also, check out EverBee, link in my description. EverBee is not just about niche finding, it's also about analyzing your own store, which is really cool. People don't actually realize that, but you can analyze your store, your own, with EverBee as well. And I can see that the money is kind of spread out. Well, not spread out, should I say? Let's just focus on revenue. Now, remember, it's not an issue. Like, you can have loads of listings and not get many sales. That happens quite a lot on Etsy. But it's about what you learn from, what you derive from what you can see already, what's working, what isn't working. I think that's very, very important. There are clues in what you do. There are clues in what you find out after working on your store for months. It does take time, by the way. Nothing happens overnight. Many people actually fail along the way, and then they actually it just clicks, and then all of a sudden they start making really good cash. So let's have a look at this. A few things here. So looking at I guess the top selling items, or the items that are selling quite well. 4-month-old listing making $47 approximately per month. Let's have a Mardi Gras. I can't even see the image. I mean, it looks like this one's got something interesting about it. Okay, that's quite nice. Got a Mardi Gras party dress. I do like that, by the way. You've got various options in sizing. There may be something in Mardi Gras. Look at the potential in Mardi Gras. I mean, because for me, it's the top selling item. It's not even on a sale, right? Total sales for estimated monthly one. So yeah, it looks like maybe one per month. over the last 4 months, something like that. But you know, look, we can sort of get some tips, clues, possibly, maybe. But listen, even when I look at listing tags, remember these are changeable. Sometimes they do fluctuate slightly. So I might be looking at it 1 month and then it might get a bit saturated later on. So Mardi Gras dress is not too bad. Okay, so there's a good little keyword score there. And I believe there's probably other related keyword scores within Mardi Gras. If you start typing in, you know, Mardi Gras clothing, you know, Mardi Gras, you know, top, you know, just to start adding to those other keywords. And I'm sure there'll be other items from looking at this. There's probably more. The volume's okay. It's not the biggest, but you know, it's enough. It's getting sales. But what you need is you need more. So if you focus on what is working, I believe you should focus on what works as well, right? Sometimes you can do 100 listings of something and nothing is working, and that can be hard. But sometimes you could do something and you can find a gem, and then that is a really good idea to kind of start focusing on something, right? You got these. Let's have a look. These are, I believe, is that jewelry. Okay, so you got the t-shirts there, and again, you know, you could. I would look at, you know, in this case, personally, this is what I would do. I would look at the items that are selling, right? So look at the items that are selling, especially also the recent ones that are selling. So the 4-month-old one is an interesting one because that's getting a regular one a month, right? This one, total sales, that's been going for 19 months, so that's a long time, right? That's a while. So you know, you need to start looking at this. Me personally, I would start looking and seeing what is actually working, you know, and then seeing why is the addiction recovery sort of theme not working. Is it too competitive? Is there not enough demand? You know, definitely start looking into that, you know, because there's definitely something in that. It does look like there's quite a lot of competition in terms of recovery gift, addiction recovery. There seems to be also quite a lot of competition there. So, or you might need to go into various sub niches within it somehow. But me personally, what I'll do is I would see what is working. This is definitely something that I would be focusing more on, the Mardi Gras, and getting into that. Maybe it might be a case of you might need to pivot into just Mardi Gras things, items, product, possibly known as that niche. I don't know. But what I'm saying is you need to definitely take more focus and more and actually look into why your ones that are selling better or well are working. Go into that niche and study it more. You know, average conversion, look at the views, look at the estimated sales, look at your tags that you've done, and then go into those tags. You know, type in the tags. You know, go to Mardi Gras. All right, I'll probably do that. I'll type in Mardi Gras and then see what is working. Paste that. This is just part of the process of what I'll do by looking at stores. I'll look at Mardi Gras and then just start going down. You know, it might be a case of just Mardi Gras items, right? And what I can see, which is also interesting, you know, is that you know you can get an idea about how things are working, but you know already you can see that in terms of the page, you know, you're ranking quite highly on that Mardi Gras clothing, which is an interesting, and so this is quite good to see. And it may be a case of doubling down on Mardi Gras and going into that fully, whether it be headbands. I mean, let's just have a look and see generally what's the kind of money like in terms of Mardi Gras, because you want to make sure it's profitable too. You don't want to go. I mean, this is an online business. This is You want to go into something that makes money. If it doesn't make money, it may not be worth getting into, however much you think it's got great potential. You need to verify, validate, guys. It's always a validation process. So, you know, look at this. Look, this is a 4-month-old listing. This is a Mardi Gras sequin top, and it's making 1,676. Okay. Not too bad. You know, there's money there, but you know, it kind of goes down from there with regards to the money. So, I mean, that is your top selling item within the Mardi Gras dress. You know, I might open it up and just type in just Mardi Gras, because I think if I open it up, it might give me more items. But, you know, just I don't want to focus just on Mardi Gras because that's almost sub niching within Mardi Gras. Just to see what would be the highest. I would like to see what sells the best within Mardi Gras. And then, I could go down that road. So you got a personalized Mardi Gras, which is interesting. Have a look. Personalized Mardi Gras baseball top, right? Baseball top, okay? Kind of interesting, right? Making a killing, well, making decent cash, 6,000, right? And then you got these other items, but then it does go quite quite down. Let's have a look at this one. There's a t-shirt. Is that to do with Mardi Gras? Maybe not so much. Mardi Gras alligator. Now, what's this one? This is interesting. A Mardi Gras alligator pelican crawfish sweatshirt, right? Now, can you see how we've gone into almost like t-shirts to do with Mardi Gras? It's crazy. And I can imagine that. See, what's interesting about this is I can imagine selling something like this as a clip art also. Obviously, you need to just double check and make sure things are not copyright, things like that. But you know, you can create ideas around. You can get inspiration. You know, this item. I mean, look at this item. Just see how we've kind of deviated slightly and we're kind of focused now a little bit more. Making 2,226 as a 5-month-old listing. I just want to see what is doing something, right? You know, there are some few clues like, look, crawfish t-shirt, Mardi Gras animal, Mardi Gras clothing, no. You know, just clues, Louisiana sweatshirt, just clues on things that may work, you know. But you know, you have to also be quite cold about it. Is it something that you can get into? Is it something that can make money? Can you make money? What products are going to make the money within Mardi Gras? Is it those baseball tops? Is it going to be the sweatshirts? Which ones are popular? So even within the Mardi Gras, then you have to get into the right products that do so. So guys, I'm not going to dwell on this too long. It's just my initial thoughts on looking at the store, just to give you some clues and ideas and hopefully some tips on what, you know, possibly how to improve it, what you need to do. But like I said, this is just a sort of first top layer of analysis, looking at it. I haven't gone fully in depth with it, but it just gives clues about how to possibly improve your store. So guys, hope you like the video. If you like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, come join my community below. And if you do need EverBee, you can see also the link, free access to try it out, also to help analyze your own store. Take care, see you on the next one.